This is the Harleyford Road Pleasure Garden, which was started by some of the original squatters that were squatting along here in Bonnington Square. It's all cared for voluntarily. We have garden work days once a month. I'm the secretary, but I'm only the secretary because we had an AGM and I was the only person that was young enough to be able to read and write without their reading glasses. And because it was a work day, nobody had their reading glasses with them. So that's how I came to be secretary. Living here means that I can be part of London and enjoy everything that London has to offer. But then coming back home, coming back to this green oasis is a very special thing to do. And it doesn't feel like, it does feel like escaping from London. Until you find a needle. And then you know where you are.
So I mean, this has gone through a couple of different manifestations since we were kids. At one point there was like a big kind of tyre swing thing, some stuff here.
Yeah, it even had like a little kind of tree house,
kind of like
didn't
hut
it?
thing. Yeah, there was that big but
and
you know,
all of that now is really overgrown. But I remember before you could kind of get through to the wall, couldn't you?
That's true. Yeah, no, this is cool. I think Francis broke his chin on one of those swings about 3 times when we were kids. That was his like
his kryptonite.
Yeah, his regular trip to A&E was like from one of those swings.
I'm pretty sure A&E around here have probably got a file about that thick.
Yeah, they actually have.
On everything that happened around here.
Yeah. They haven't been around here in time. Yeah.
Our other friend, who Lewis now lives with, his dad, James, used to take all the children out on the weekend. You know, there'd be like a big gang, a big string of young people on bikes just going through London. And then we'd have like a picnic and everything there. And I think that was always quite nice. The fact that we did things together, you know, not just individually.
It's true. But even in these gardens, like we spent a lot of time in these gardens, actually from when we were kind of young kids playing, like running around, cops and robbers kind of vibe, or even then actually when we were quite a bit older, teenagers, is a nice place to go and chill out.
I think we had the best of both, you know. We had people who were very, very keen to ensure we could take advantage of everything that London's got to offer, but nonetheless, you know, we had everything we needed around here too, which was great.
How's it been going? Looks like you've been doing a massive
there's a lot of
amount.
stuff in it there, it's incredible.
I know, it's
I guess we
insane.
shouldn't wait for anyone.
No, I think we should just crack on. Anything that's big, we're going to trim it, and then the other stuff just requires these. Now the secret with these is gently backwards and forwards. Don't strain your back, don't strain your arms, and most of all, because they're cheap as chips, they'll snap.
Every segment of society.
We're taking up the weeds from the pavements because we've managed to negotiate with Lambeth Council to not spray the very harmful chemicals. I won't mention names so as we don't get into trouble, but most people are aware of the issues that are going on with toxic chemicals. So we have agreed with Lambeth Council to do our own weeding. So today is a weed party to help with that and avoid spraying.
It's all overgrown a little bit
These bins are in the way now, but there's this like wooden ledge here. This used to be the spot. There'd be like a load of us on this wooden ledge here, some on this seat here, some doing like little flips on here.
And then
it's like
Dan and Tina will be knocking on the window going, keep it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Must have been a nightmare for them. But literally, yeah, like I remember I spent so much time sitting on this little spot here.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck man, it's crazy.
I even remember one incident when someone who I'm not going to name put a smoke bomb through that letterbox
Oh yeah.
as a gag, which
They knocked and asked for it back and it didn't go off properly.
yeah, which escalated a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, things that you laugh about when you're older. But
Yeah. Which way should we go? Should we do like a round trip?
Way,
yeah. That used to be Beam's house, Terry's house. This was, well, it still is, Hannah and Hester's house. There's pretty much all this whole strip along here was like just people we knew and kids playing out here.
A lot of the people who are here have been here a long time by virtue of a fantastic co-op that owns a lot of properties, and many of the people that were originally here in those houses have had children. Some of those children have had children, so it's like a village, and that makes for itself quite a unique place. But well, there's a massive amount of development going on. I think we've got something like 11 very, very tall towers, and this sort of development, that tower there, 326 units, you know, half a mile away. The one-bedroom flat is £1.5 million, and that's happening as we are living here, trying to, you know, cultivate and maintain a very healthy community, which is the absolute opposite of that kind of. You can probably tell I'm a bit cross about it, but it's a very grave problem because you know, 30-somethings are leaving London in droves, and that's a really bad mistake for a city. So I hope that the wonderful young people that live here, that I've seen grow up since babies, take the mantle and continue to look after the place, continue to look after its streets and its plants, and look after each other.
There's a photograph of a load of us. There's a friend of ours called Robert who lives here, and Hugo lives above. And there's a photograph of us taken with Robert, who's in a wheelchair, pulling a load of us along on skateboards behind. And that was taken from that window up there, looking down. You're part of it now, whatever we're up to.
To show them first place I ever lived. Yeah, it was a whole house before, and yeah, my mum went into labour there, but we had a complication and we had to go into hospital, and yeah.
Should we go in the park?
Yeah, let's do it. You alright? How you doing?
We're all human, are we? What was your apparently not in Bonnington Square though.
What would I change?
Make
Nothing.
the piazza even bigger.
Yeah.
No, just, I don't know. I actually want to think. Can you give me a minute? I actually want to think of something I would like to change, because there's got to be something.
I think, like with any family, you love them for who they are, right? And even though you might get annoyed kind of short term with a particular element or a thing that they've done, in the long term you wouldn't change any of them. And I feel a little bit like that. You know, I know the area's not perfect. I don't think any area can be perfect. It's completely subjective. But I think for me, the fact that I look on everyone around here like being part of my family, I don't think I'd change any of them for the world.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mm.
I've got one. A pub. We could do a pub. We've never had a pub.
It's actually true.
We've never had a pub on the square, and could be a money maker.
Yeah. Local.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.